You have seen it 1,000 times. A player scores. They run toward the stand, grab the front of their shirt, and press their lips against the badge on their chest. The crowd roars. The celebration is complete. You probably believe it means, "I love this club. I am loyal to this badge. This institution matters to me more than the money." Here is what it actually is, something far more complicated. The badge kiss appears to have emerged in English football in the 1970s and 1980s, spreading from individual players into a standard part of the celebration vocabulary. The idea is legible even from the back row of a 90,000-seat stadium. You reach for the crest, you kiss it, everyone understands, but there is a problem. The badge kiss has been performed so routinely, by so many players in so many circumstances, that it has largely decoupled from the feeling it is supposed to represent. Players have kissed the badge and handed in a transfer request in the same month. Players have kissed the badge with the full intention of leaving at the end of the season. Players have kissed the badge at clubs they joined for 18 months, for a salary that was unavailable elsewhere. One analysis of Premier League players over a decade found no meaningful statistical relationship between those who kissed the badge publicly and those who stayed at the club. Fans remember the kiss. They sometimes forget the context. And that is exactly why the gesture persists. Because it works. When a player needs to communicate something emotional to 60,000 people in 3 seconds, the badge kiss is one of the most effective tools available. It requires no translation. It reads across the stadium and across the television. In the era of slow-motion replays and close-up lenses, a pressed lip against a golden crest carries more visual weight than any handshake or raised fist. The celebration is designed for broadcast as much as for the crowd. There is also a genuine version of this gesture. The players who came through a club's youth academy, who wore the shirt as children before they were paid to wear it, who grew up in the city, in that postcode, watching those players from the terraces. When one of those players scores in front of the home end and kisses the badge, it reads differently. Not because the gesture itself is different, but because of what surrounds it, the years of evidence that came before it, the history that makes the gesture a confirmation rather than a performance. A gesture earns its meaning from context. There is also a coaching dimension that rarely gets discussed. Some managers actively encourage the badge kiss, not because they believe it necessarily reflects how a player feels, but because it creates a habit of public identification with the club. When a player kisses the badge in front of 60,000 people, they are making a statement they cannot unsay. That statement, psychologically, reinforces their own sense of belonging to the group. It is a commitment device, more for the player than for the fans. The public declaration makes the private commitment feel more binding. The logic is similar to why vows are spoken aloud in front of witnesses. The public moment raises the stakes of the private feeling. There is one more dimension worth considering. Most club badges in English football are not particularly old. They have been redesigned multiple times, simplified for logo scalability, updated by branding agencies. The badge a player kisses today is often a graphic design exercise from the 1990s or early 2000s, optimized for a phone screen. The original civic crests, with their local landmarks and heraldic symbols, were different things. Players from earlier eras did not kiss the badge with the same frequency. The badge kiss, as a widespread ritual, is a television-era invention. Born in a period where every celebration is captured from 12 angles and replayed across 60 countries, the gesture and the medium grew up together. Whether it means anything on a given Tuesday night in November is a question only the player can answer. 50 kisses a season makes the ritual noise. One kiss from someone who genuinely means it makes the crowd go silent for a different reason. The difference is everything. Now you know.